All right, and we're live. Welcome to this very special episode of What You Focus On Expands. This is episode 25 already, and it's the show about sharing positive strategies, positive stories all around this whole crisis that we're facing globally. And with me, I have a special pleasure to introduce you to Jayne Johnson, who's one of my coaches as well. Can you quickly introduce yourself, please, Jayne, and tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah. Hi. Thanks for having me, and happy to be here. A little bit about me is that I've been coaching and clearing people over 37 years. So I've had a lot of wonderful people I've met and helped over the years, and got my start with Robert Kiyosaki and Blair Singer years and years ago, decades ago. And I love my work because it's very effective and appreciate being able to help people. I feel very blessed. So that's kind of a short version of a long life.
Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, I can totally confirm you're like the master of the processing. It's incredible what you can create in a session together with a client. I am proof of that. So can you tell us a little bit, you said coaching and clearing. Can you tell us what that means? I'm not sure if everybody knows that.
Yeah, almost everybody knows about coaching, and so that's why I mentioned that word. A lot of people don't know about clearing. I suppose the main difference, the idea of clearing is that you clear out any barriers, limits, obstacles in your way of being your true self, doing what you want to do, and having what you want to have. And I do that by asking questions or sharing information. Coaching is more like guiding someone, giving them advice. Maybe they have homework or tasks to do. There's accountability. There's a lot of things in coaching that are not in clearing, but I do both. So, but they're a little different.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So clearing is more about the obstacles. Coaching is more about helping people achieve what they want to achieve. Is that what?
Well, kind of. So I better, that was my fault for saying more about it. It's about the obstacles, but it's based on the premise that who we are is perfect, so to speak. And that if you just remove what's been added to us, then what's left is this wonderful being who can accomplish what they want to accomplish. So it's kind of, that's the premise of it. So you're removing what's been added. So we call it clearing out.
Ah, okay, yeah. Okay. That's a very good, very good way of putting it. I don't think I ever heard that like that. Very good. All right, so can we do today? We had a little bit of tech issues. So for you guys watching, what we did today, we were connecting over Messenger and WhatsApp, and it was just not working. We didn't hear any sound, or then we didn't see any video. So now what you're hearing Jayne over my phone here, and me over the computer. But yeah, we got it to work. Yay! Celebrate that.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you said that and shared that with everyone, because it's really the foundation to me. The principle of what we did is that we didn't give up. We persisted. We tried this, we tried that. We kept adjusting, figuring it out, and here we are. And that's, to me, the key to not only surviving the coronavirus situation, but after the virus is gone, there's going to be many, many changes in our lives that we didn't know were coming, but they're staying, those changes. So anytime you can do what we did, adapt, figure it out, keep going, try something else.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
Yes.
You will prevail. So I'm glad you mentioned that. It's a perfect example of what we all need to do, I think.
Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. This always reminds me of the first rocket landing on the moon. Yes. Did you know how many % they were wrong when they were going for the moon?
Oh,
yeah,
in their path.
Yeah, so
Was it 98%?
yeah, I think so, 97, 98%. So that's the good news. You can be wrong 97% and still get there if you persist. Yay. All right, let's welcome a couple of people. Here's Marla Schmidt. Hello, Katie Henricks, and a couple other people. We can't see the chat for some reason. I don't know. So feel free to ask us questions, or especially Jayne, because you have me more often than Jayne. What I would like to do, Jayne, is this possible to do a little bit of a clearing show and tell? Or, I mean, you can use me if you want. So people understand how it works, or the benefits, or whatever else you would like to share. Because, yeah, like you said, the Corona crisis is all about persisting and clearing what's standing in our way so we can prevail.
Yeah, well, it would be good to, I'm happy to do any of that, but I think first I would comment a little bit on, it's easy to say just what I just said about, hey, we just keep going. But a lot of times it's hard for people, so why is that?
Oh, yeah.
And why, when we encounter an obstacle, sometimes we just sail right through it or keep going till we get through it, and other times we just stop and now we're, immobilized. And so that happens a lot to people.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of reasons why, in my opinion. One has to do with what we call confront, which I define as being able to face something easily enough that you're not turning away and running from it.
Okay.
Face it. And then another reason we can't face something or persist through an obstacle is that we've encountered it before and we failed.
Okay.
One of the premises of my work is that the mind records everything. It remembers everything. So it definitely remembers failures.
Mm-hmm.
And by failure, I just mean we didn't get what we wanted. We wanted to go here and we got stumped over here. The mind remembers all those, whether it was something in school when you were 7 years old or, last week. It remembers them all and kind of has a message for us. I'm talking about the subconscious. It says things like, don't do that again.
Yeah, we all know what that's all about for that. Yes.
Don't do that again.
Okay.
And so it kind of now we have our own subconscious mind that's the real obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
There's an obstacle in the physical universe sitting, we're looking at it, whatever it might be, another person or situation. But the real obstacle is the subconscious mind telling us, don't do that again, don't get hurt again, don't get in a relationship again, you're going to look what happened before, don't try for your goals because look what happened, it's so disappointing, and then you were sad, and it just goes on and on.
Right.
So that's really what a main accomplishment or value of clearing is, that it gets rid of the stops. It helps the subconscious mind go, well, okay, that happened before, but I'm right here, right now, in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2020, it's May, and I'm right here. So that's when you can go ahead and accomplish whatever you want, because the subconscious is now a friend instead of
right.
holding you by both arms. Yeah.
Wouldn't you all love that when your subconscious was a friend? Oh, we have a couple more people joining here. Please use this time to ask any questions. So we talked about the inability to confront. When you're seeing an obstacle, then you're kind of like running away rather than facing it and dealing with it. And the fear of failure again, or something like that. Talking yourself out of it. Yes.
Yeah. So the conscious mind, we say, Blair says it too, it's 10%, and then 90% is the subconscious mind with all its memories and good advice. So, 10% of us is saying, hey, let's go, and no fear here, and I want to accomplish this. And then sometimes, not always, but sometimes 90% is going, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I always, in my work, I'm never trying to argue with someone's subconscious.
What would that look like? Arguing with the subconscious?
Well, in other words, let's say someone, here's what I mean by that. Let's say someone's afraid of heights.
Right.
So you say to them, come on, we're going to go up to the top of this building. We're going to stand out on the edge. And you're going to be fine. And everything's going to be fine. It's going to be safe. That's arguing. The subconscious is going, no. And then the 10% of the mind is saying, sure, I agree with you.
Makes sense,
right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We'll just go up there and it'll all be great. But the 90% is very scary.
Oh, that's like a ratio that doesn't work, huh? You're fighting against 90%.
Yeah. So you can't really, in my opinion, you can't really argue with it. That would be an example of trying to do that. Even with a very cooperative person, they can't control that fear that's coming from the 90%. So when you clearing means maybe desensitizing, or whatever memories are there, they're still there. We don't wipe out somebody's memory bank. That's for the movies.
Wiping out doesn't work, no. Yes.
Just diffusing the charge, the upset that's in the memory.
Right.
So then you still have the memory, but the upset can't affect you and affect your memory, your emotions. So it's actually easier than it sounds. I don't know what
Okay. So I'm game, Jayne. So while we're here, let's do a little process. Why don't you do a little process with me? Nothing too personal.
Happy to do that. That's what you call show and tell. Happy to do it. So I need to know what would you like to accomplish? What is a topic or an item that you would want to do processing on?
A topic or an item that I would like to what?
To do processing.
Oh, processing on.
I need to know something that you're focusing on, really.
Okay. Well, right now what we're doing is we're putting together a summit with 13 speakers, online summit with the same topic. Just longer sessions. So that's something that I'm focusing on right now.
Okay. And are there any obstacles or issues that are troubling you, or is it just everything's going fine?
So far, everything's going really well. As usual with events that are new, it's about putting the word out there and sharing it and having people see it and value it and join.
Exactly. So, I don't know what I would, when someone's doing well in their process, whatever their projects are in life, if those are going well, here's the thing. When you started that project that you're talking about, Summit, you knew what obstacles you were going to encounter. You just named them.
Well, those are just the typical things happening when you're starting something like that.
Exactly. And that's my point. There's really nothing to clear. Because
okay. Oh.
There are obstacles, but you're going through them.
Okay.
So when let's say someone said to me the other day that when they were a child, their father hit them all the time, and they're still suffering from this. Now that's something I can work on.
Right.
Because regardless of that it happened so long ago, it's still affecting them now.
Right.
In a negative way.
Whatever is affecting,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, negatively holding them back somehow. I'm trying to think of sometimes what you mentioned, for example, there are processes that can enhance the wins you're already having.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do something like that. So are you up for that?
Yeah, of course. Shall we, there's a question from the audience. Shall we answer that first, or you want to do that later? Christine's asking.
No, whatever. Yeah.
Christine's asking, Delia Jones, she needs a limiting belief to be cleared if you need a guinea pig. Delia, are you up for doing this live here? She's one of my students. If you are, type in yes or put it in that WhatsApp. We're super, super agile today.
Yeah, I didn't know I'd be doing this, but I'm fine. Yeah.
Are you okay with this?
Good.
Jay?
Yeah, my teacher and I used years ago in the 90s. We used to do these live sessions. Never knew what was coming, but we did them.
Or live on Facebook or on like social media like this?
No, this was around 1985. There was no such thing as Facebook.
Okay. Was it on TV?
Yeah,
or?
but we had a bunch of people in the room, and we just
like that. Okay.
at the desk.
Not publicly. Oh, Delia is okay with it. Wow, you're game. Okay, let me give you the link in the WhatsApp, Delia, and she can join us here on the screen so you can see her.
Oh, good.
Are you gonna able to be hearing her? Do you hear me now? You hear me through the WhatsApp, right? Oh, we'll have to also include her here.
Yeah, I don't hear her. This might be, might not work. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll work. We'll make it work. This is an example in persistence today. We tried for half an hour to get this done. Let me find Delia. I hope we're friends on Facebook. Delia Jones. No, we're not. Delia, we're not friends on Facebook. But you can try to join here in the meantime. And Christine's going with Delia. What do you mean? You want to also join here? We're doing some clearing. Christine's going with Delia. Okay, maybe we can get Christine on. Christine, you want to be on here too? All right, this has never been done before. Clearing live on Facebook.
Madam sitting down. I'm joking.
Okay, I'm calling up Christine. Hello? Can you still hear me?
I can.
Christine, are you in here too?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We can also do this just on the phone.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it just on the phone.
Okay,
Oh, Delia is joining live. Okay.
no, my thing was, I can go, so Delia can do it. Only if technique does not work, I think I could try to find an example.
I can't see you now. Your camera just switched off.
Well, now you can see me.
I can see you. All right, Delia, you need to somehow join this call. This doesn't work. All right, we'll have to go with Christine then. Christine, can you join the Be Live? Do you have the link? So we can see you?
Can you see me?
Well, yeah, that's the WhatsApp Messenger.
Okay, because I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she can hear her. She can hear her through WhatsApp. All right, there's Delia. Give it up for Delia.
Hi, can you see me?
In the meantime, I'm going to give you the link to Christine because we have room for 4 people. All right, Delia.
So can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear her as well, Jayne?
Not too much.
Yeah, I can't hear you, unfortunately.
I want to be clear what she said, so
Why is that?
please don't.
Can you hear? Can you say something?
Why can't I?
Oh, oops, she's gone. All right, Christine, you need to join here. Super cool that you're doing this, Jayne. Not too many people would be doing this at the spur of the moment, facing technology issues.
Yeah, and it's all perfect because this is what we need to be able to do is adapt. I just did this video last week I posted. It It's called on Facebook and YouTube, my YouTube also. It's called Resist or Adapt. And
Yeah.
you and I and everybody involved in the call right now, we're all adapting. We're doing our best to do that. Resist means I want this to stop. I'm unhappy about it. And people get upset when they start resisting something, or vice versa. But when you just hang with it, we're just hanging with it. Maybe it didn't go the way you planned, or that's okay. There's
Exactly.
value, always value.
Yeah, there's always a lesson, as Blair always says. You either win or you learn.
Well, we're winning.
Yeah, 100%. And everybody watching is winning too. All right, so we have on the bottom right, we have Dalia. On the bottom left, we have Christine.
Beautiful.
And Dalia is on this screen, and Christine is also on the messenger call. All right, who would like to go first? Ladies?
I don't mind.
Can you hear her, Jayne? Yes?
I think so. Go ahead and talk.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Go ahead.
Is that working? Hello? No?
I can't understand. I'll just ask.
You can't hear?
I'd like to know what her limiting belief is.
She would like to know what your limiting belief is.
Okay. Well, my limiting belief is that if I put out my value to the outside world too strongly, then I will appear conceited, and it will kind of come back to me negatively. That is my limiting belief. That I can't be too good, because it kind of puts other people down if I am. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes. Did you hear that, Jayne?
Just bits and pieces, so I can't comment or do anything till I really know what she said. Can you?
Yes, she said she cannot be too good. If she puts her value out there, it will make other people look less than her. And she will, that's why she's hesitant. She has so much value to give, but she's hesitant to go out there because she doesn't want to make other people feel bad. Is that correct, Dalia?
Yeah, I don't want to appear too kind of overconfident. Yeah, overconfident. That is what I'm afraid of, appearing overconfident.
Appearing overconfident.
And not modest.
Yes.
Not modest. No.
Yes. Does the word arrogant fit as well? Overconfident, arrogant. Is that a word that describes what she means?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's something funny. I used to have that as well back in the 90s. I literally was on a stage as the participant of Blair Singer. This was 1993. And he said to me, "Why are you playing such a small game?" And I said, "Because I don't want people to think I'm arrogant." That was a literal, that's really what happened. Exactly. I don't want people to think I'm arrogant. Everyone in the room laughed. Thank you. But I do understand what you're saying. So I want to ask you, I have personal experience, okay? So I want to ask you if you know how long you've had that idea, that concern to be overconfident. How long have you had that?
I think I've had it ever since I was a child, and I was doing much better than my sister, who had a lot of problems, and my parents kind of wanted to protect my sister, so she would and that I didn't look like much better than she did at school or in other areas. So yeah, I had to kind of play down my successes to make her feel better.
Did you hear that,
Yeah,
Jayne?
I did. I heard that. And thank you. So, have you worked on this before in some other kind of methodology? Have you already worked on this?
I'm just aware of it. Yeah. For a long time, I've been aware of it. Yeah. Like undervaluing myself. Yeah.
Yes. So, if it's okay with you, I'm going to share something with you. A lot of times I do clearing by sharing something that would possibly help clear this up for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay. So, and Natalie, is there a time limit here? Because I don't want to be.
Usually we do 30 minutes, but for me it's totally fine. I don't have anything until 5:30.
Okay. Okay. Well,
as long as you're good with it. So that's up to you.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to be respectful of you and your time and everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I'm sharing this with you and all of you. There's something in my work, a concept called safe solution. 2 words, safe solution. And the word safe is in quotation marks because it's not really safe at all. As a child, it seems very safe though. So here I'm going to explain. So here's the definition of a safe solution. It has 3 parts. It always works. That's number 1. It always works. A safe solution always produces a result. The second element of it is that it always has a big price, a high price. And the third thing about a safe solution is that it becomes the next problem.
That's awful.
Yes. So I have found over the years, I will explain that further, but I've really found over all my years working with people that if I can say something that brings in more understanding, you can get a clearing take place. So if we use this example, first of all, children they don't have the same solutions an adult has. A child can't leave home. A child can't argue. A child is not the one in charge, right? So the child is kind of stuck in the environment. And when it's stuck in an environment such as the one you described, the child has to come up with a safe solution. And so, for example, if the safe solution is, well, I'll just downplay my abilities and my intelligence so that my sister doesn't feel that and my parents are not upset with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, really, yeah.
It's logical, yeah. You had to find a solution in those moments when you really couldn't do anything else. So it always works. Inside the problem, it works. It costs you a price because then you, at the time and even now, you have this price of you can't be too big, you can't be confident, you can't be, you can't be your true self and use your true power. So that's the second element. And then the third one is that it becomes the next problem. And that's the case. Now there's a problem that you're fighting against and don't want, but it worked before when you were a child.
Yeah.
It worked beautifully.
Yeah.
You really get that. It works.
Yeah.
So the subconscious mind doesn't know what age you are. So to speak. So it's operating in that same context of now it's not your sister anymore. It's anyone.
Mm.
And guess what? You have a big heart and you care about people very much. So you don't want anyone to feel bad. It started with your sister, but now it's you, and that's a nice thing, right? You don't want to get rid of that. Does it make sense? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just lost the last little bit, but yeah.
Okay.
Jayne said that your subconscious doesn't know what age you are, and it's a good thing that you don't want to hurt anybody by making them feel less by being big.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
But it's kind of paradoxical, because at the same time as not wanting to hurt my sister, I wanted desperately to please them, so I tried to succeed more and more. And the more I succeeded, the more my sister looked like a failure. But I kept trying to succeed because I was convinced that's what would get my recognition from them, which of course they couldn't give me.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, that's a brilliant analysis that you just said there. And it really shows what happened. You know, you had more than one. Safe solution means there was a problem, right? There was some kind of problem that as a child you faced. And maybe there was more than one problem in there. One was your sister feeling bad. One was your parents and how they were handling it. And there was at least two problems. But to diminish yourself and play yourself down, it solved all the problems.
Yeah.
And it did work, and you needed that. You needed that solution at that time. And so the only issue really now is that with your conscious mind now, you decide, well, that's good, that worked then, and I don't have those problems now, my sister or anybody, and so I'm going to find a different solution.
Yeah.
One that I consciously create, not subconsciously create to survive in an environment, but what's the real problem now? You know, it's something else. Or maybe you don't have a problem now.
Well, yeah, it's getting over the obstacle of showing my value, really. And not showing my value. The obstacle is not showing my value. So like really just showing it, it's to do it. And that's the obstacle. But yeah, it helps to understand it like that and to make that conscious decision to choose a different strategy, because it's not working anymore, that one. It's not serving me anymore. So.
Yes. And with some clearing, it can be more complex than that, or it can be more challenging than that. It's very difficult to say, well, I'll just change my mind, I'll just change my mind. Sometimes you can do that, and it's amazing. And other times it takes more than one session. But we have a good start here at the least, because you see now, you see it more clearly, you see what happened, you see what you did as a child to solve a problem.
Yeah.
And now you are conscious about it, and you can, to me, if you are committed to it, you can say, yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Committed to finding a new solution is what I meant there.
Yeah. And like, Brené Brown said, fake it till you make it. Thank you, Jayne. Thank you.
Whatever works. But one thing I know for sure is that you can't be upset with yourself for making that decision at that time as a child.
Yeah.
Have to. It's like, okay, I did that. No judgment at all. That's what I had to do. And not the current situation. So what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
at least that's a start.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Thank you.
Sure. And I do want to say one more thing. When in a situation with a child, any child, what our parents say to us is very meaningful. It's not the same as when we're adults and a friend says something or a stranger says something. Our parents have a huge influence on us. And without knowing it, your parents may have put that idea on you. You know, they help you to have that same solution.
Yeah.
Not because they're good people and they meant well and they love you and they love your sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They had a problem too.
Yeah, they did. They didn't know how to do it. Absolutely.
Yeah, they saw your sister hurting, you know, and without realizing it, they helped you to have that solution. I'm just guessing on that. But if that's the case, don't let me guess. You know, you decide for yourself. But if you feel that's part of what happened is that they kind of went along with that solution, then that's a good thing to recognize also. They didn't mean any harm. They were trying to help. We all face problems that we're trying to solve, and we do the best we can to solve them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Wow. Thank you very much. Let's give a hand to Jayne and Dalia for being so courageous, growing up out of the blue without any prep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your trust in me. I appreciate that. I'm looking at your picture.
Thank you.
So do we have time for one more with Christine, Jayne, or do you need to go?
Let me look at my calendar because I kind of forget what's going on in my life here. I love my work and there's nothing I'd rather do. Let's see. Yeah, I have time. Sure.
All right. Thank you very much. Wow. Christine, shoot.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, okay, that's good. So I'm 58 now. I'm doing management training and coaching since 25 years. I'm a teacher and still I have this little voice. I'm not enough. I don't know enough and I'm never enough.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. So over the years, I've become very familiar with that idea from some people, you know. And so the first thing I ask, and so I'm going to ask you, is the word enough in English. What's your definition of that word?
What's my definition? So that outside of me, my environment, or other people say no more than me. This would be my definition.
Yes. Do you mean that's what you mean by not enough? Is you feel that the people in your environment know more than you? Is that right? I'm asking you what the word enough means. What does enough mean? Just in general, you don't have to relate it to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I forgot it. Enough.
Well, okay. Well, let me say
good question. Thank you.
Well, that's a start.
It's confusing me because I think, hey, what is even the meaning of enough? No idea.
Yes, and thank you. You are so honest and straightforward. Thank you. That's beautiful. And enough is one of those words that is, well, there's a definition in the dictionary, okay? But I'm not really asking you that. See, inside you, you have your own different definition of the word enough. And whatever that definition is in there in your mind, then you add it to it is you're not enough. Whatever that is, you're not that.
Yeah. I think I'm always comparing myself with other people.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, wow, they know more. They are, I don't know, more beautiful than me. They are great speakers. They are fond of technique. For example, with this digitalization, I'm still struggling with doing it in a nice way. So Natalie, she's a great hero for me. And she's just so relaxed, even if something does not work. I would totally be stressed out. Because in my mind is everything has to be perfect and it has to work. Yeah, I think I'm afraid of making a mistake. Maybe that's what being enough means for me.
Beautiful. Well, what you just said was, what I heard is that enough means perfect.
Mm.
And you know what Claire told me at Making the Stage, and this sentence really stuck with me. Perfectionism kills you slowly. And I was like, oh, gosh. And really, it's killing me. So I try to make more mistakes and to be more relaxed. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it's so natural for me to, I don't know, to read another book, to do another webinar, to do whatever I can do.
Yeah. Well, to me, that's beautiful. So it's like there's two, I'm just sharing with you now. There's two issues here. One is wanting to be perfect, which I don't see anything wrong with that, personally. Sometimes we are perfect, sometimes we're not, but wanting to be perfect and trying to be, what's wrong with that? The problem is that when you're not perfect, then you say to yourself, I'm not enough. And if you look in the dictionary, the word enough and the word perfect are not synonyms. But they are maybe for you. So there's something very beautiful and right and correct and perfect about your wanting to be perfect. That's not the problem. I think it's great, don't you? I mean, that's fun. What's wrong with that? It's just when you think you're not perfect, then that enough word comes in there.
I think that's brilliant. Perfect and enough is not the same in the dictionary. Look it up. Oh my God.
Well, and here's what I want to say, and thank you, you're so good. Thank you for letting me speak. There's something I call reactive definitions. And I compare a dictionary definition to what I call a reactive definition. And when I say reactive definition, I just mean a definition that we learn through life experience, or somehow living our life. We come up with a definition for a word, and it just doesn't match the dictionary. But everybody does this. And when it's unconsciously done, then we kind of get stuck with the reactive definition. May I give you an example?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's say that I know it's a little negative, forgive me, but I just have to use this example. So as a child, let's say this little boy, the father hit this boy with his belt. You know, he'd take his belt off his pants and hit the boy. So in the dictionary, the definition of the word belt is one thing. To the little boy, he has a reactive definition that a belt is a weapon. He's lived and experienced that belt, not from the dictionary definition of the word, but from his experience of that object, it's a weapon. And that's sitting in the subconscious. So consciously, he knows what about this. So that's an example of how we get a reactive definition. Everybody has them. So if perfect is, if enough means perfect, then somehow in your life that you acquired that definition.
Mm-hmm.
And when you realize that, you can think, conscious mind is very powerful. Just because it's 10% doesn't mean it's not powerful. And you can say, well, okay, hey, I see what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah.
Nice. That's something I'm gonna create a bumper sticker about that. Enough is not perfect. Very
Thank
different.
you so much.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, Jayne, most of the coaches and consultants I work with, they all have this issue. So I don't know, it's so crazy. Me, myself included, always not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Gotta do more, gotta do more. Why?
Yeah.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're out there. Yeah, you know, we're trying to help everybody and trying to put value out there as much as we can, but still, it's not enough. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, sure. I hope that was helpful.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
You're welcome.
let's see what our audience is saying. Katarina says, thank you very much. Delia says, have got to go. Thanks for everything. I'm going to make friends with my subconscious and not let it decide for me. And Marlis also said earlier, yes, she wants to be friends with her subconscious. Amazing. So if you want to, I don't know if you're still taking on any clients, Jayne, but we can put the link here to your website. If anybody's interested, get in touch. It's going to be also on our website.
Oh, sure.
Cool stuff. Wow.
My email address is good.
Publicly? Okay. You're going to be swamped.
I said, I'm blessed. I have great teachers, and these are great people. So that anytime someone's willing to change and see, then everybody wins. It's awesome. I appreciate everyone.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we're wrapping this up. If you have any questions to Jayne, please put them in the comments now. And other than that, what I would like to do, let's share some favorite quotes. Can you share one of your favorite quotes with us, Jayne?
Oh, I'll tell you what comes to mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Wayne Dyer. And he said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Nice.
It's a little, you got to think about it, but clearing is about helping a person change the way they look at things.
Exactly.
And
Very
when you
nice.
change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Dyer, how do you spell that?
D-Y-E-R.
D-Y-E-R.
Yeah, he was one of the fathers of personal development back in the, first book he wrote was 1978 or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect statement to end with, or a perfect, yeah, it is a statement.
Yeah.
It's the same as what you focus on expands.
Yeah.
You focus on the good, it expands, the negative expands. When you change the way you look at things, or you don't look at things anymore,
Right.
it changes. Okay, you've been amazing. Thank you so much, Jayne, for playing with me with all this technology here, mobile and everything. We took
Thank you.
all the technology.
Thank
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Dalia, for showing up. And Katarina says not good enough is really crazy, especially for women. Yes, 100%. And yes, so namaste, Jayne. Thank you very much. It was amazing.
Yes.
And namaste, Natalie.
Thank you. So hope to see you again next week. And
Okay.
stay healthy. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.